I am not getting back with my ex. That I broke up with Jessica. And then I told her, do not show up to my new place. And the only reason I let her stay with me for her visit is because I'm not going to put that burden on my fans to give her a hotel room. That's bullshit.
Likely story there, Joshy Poo. I totally believe you. It's just, he wanted to alleviate the burden on all of us, and I'm grateful for that. Even though that concept doesn't really make any sense, because if somebody willingly donates money for her to get a hotel room, that's not really a burden cast on somebody, right? It's not like if she couldn't stay at Josh's trailer, that she would go to his next door neighbor's trailer and just sleep on the stoop. That would be more of a burden, I would say. Potentially getting a donation from somebody, I don't think is too terribly bad. But this is basically a part 2 to the video I made last week talking about this whole situation. The previous time, I mostly talked about the live streams that Jessica had done, and now some developments have sort of occurred at the very end of that video. There was an audio recording of Jessica and Josh fighting in his kitchen, and she made some accusations towards him, and it might be substantiated. So we're going to talk about some of that today. But first we're going to go through, Josh has made several videos basically trying to prove he and Jessica are donezo. We broke up. Yeah, she came over and yeah, we did some shadoinking, but we're donezo. And I'm going to prove it to you.
And if she thinks we're getting back together, she is so far beyond gone delusional, it's pathetic. And people are giving me crap for it. It's so nice not to have her here right now screaming at me, buy us a little bit of alcohol, and then she'd drink most of it, and then as soon as I drink some of the alcohol she bought, she'd be like, save some for me, and I'm like, that's rich.
They're definitely not getting back together, guys, but they do have a perfect trailer park trash argument between each other of she drank his alcohol and now they bought more and she's asking him to save some of the alcohol for her. Oh man, I hate when that happens. When me and my partner inside my trailer are just getting too sloshed all day, we're just chugging down bottle after bottle, and she had 2 bottles and I only have 1 and I'm the bad guy. I love this dynamic, right? Now this is some goose and fun and gags, and Josh is saying that he didn't like the whole dynamic of Jessica being there, which is probably true. I'm always curious as to what's going on outside of Jessica live streaming there. Like, what do they do? I mean, I guess there's the whole Tombstone incident of her not understanding movies and Josh having a spurg out, so there's that to look forward to, I guess. But it does get a little bit more sinister, I guess, as we'll get deeper into this video.
And then when Chris tells Courtney that Jessica's hanging out with me, what does Jessica do? She immediately goes live. Jessica doesn't think, she just does without impulse. No, Jessica is incredibly toxic for me, and I do not need her psychological bullshit.
And Josh has a valid point here. I think it would be extremely frustrating to be around somebody that is so desperate for internet attention, or like, I don't even know what it is. It's like a parasocial connection to other people in some way, that like you have to document everything that you're doing at all times. And I don't know, maybe it's just social media, brain rot, addiction that exists in society today. I haven't really experienced somebody exactly like that. Like, the closest I can think of are like people that are so desperate to take pictures whenever you're doing anything. Like, oh guys, let's take a picture. Oh, I take a picture of our food first, you know, all that shit. Like, that's really annoying. But like live streaming stuff, and as we'll see, Jessica is very, 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 very sneaky. Very sneaky. She is constantly hiding her phone around whenever she's streaming in order to make sure she gets the audio, make sure she gets the clip. But Joshy Poo, he won't know. And it's cute that he thinks that Jessica's just too impulsive for him. She just doesn't think about her actions, because we all know Josh. He is excellent at thinking out his actions, including allowing Jessica to come inside of his trailer. That was very good. And then he follows it up by hiding her, right? His whole intention was to basically avoid anybody having any detection of her being around. Unfortunately, she is Jessica, so she was going to let the cat out of the bag before anybody else was going to find out. So that's always really cute, and it's just a good dynamic between the two. I see why they're so perfect for each other.
So my new phone doesn't work. I tried to turn it on, and it flashes the iPhone logo. Says I need to charge it. Well, get this, it's fully charged. I spent $150 to get a new phone because I needed to make money. The phone not working like it's supposed to. This is karma for all the phones I've broken, dude.
This also lends back to the impulsive decisions, because good old Cobes over here, he can't control himself when he's in a mood, when Jessica is blabbering to him in the cab and he just has to bash the shit out of the phone. He just... That was calculated. He planned that from the start. That evening, he's like, all right, if she pisses me off, this phone's going bye-bye. And of course, I don't even know what iPhone that is, but I don't know, $150 iPhone? I don't know. I don't buy secondhand phones ever. I've had the same phone for like 7 years, so I've never really invested in it, but I can't imagine buying a $150 resale phone is probably your best option, and it seems like the battery's borked on it. So number 4 phone down the trash.
But why can I listen to everything you say, but you can't listen to what I have to say? And you
listen to what I say, so why should I listen to what you have to say? Respect is a two-way street.
Josh, I do listen to you. You literally just bashed my head against the wall and trying to kill me.
If I was trying, I would have succeeded.
You said that the first time in March.
So this is where the accusations really start. First off, I want to give a shout out to the channel that archived Jessica's Facebook streams. That's Cat Snaps. I'll link her down below that you can go watch. Good job archiving all this stuff, because otherwise I feel like a lot of people wouldn't hear this. Obviously, Cobes kind of confirms that some sort of altercation occurred between the two. I'll let you guys choose what direction you want to go with what has been said and what is going to be said. Obviously, I don't think we'll ever actually have an answer to it. And part of the issue is that Jessica is such an unreliable narrator for this story. We pop in halfway through. We don't get any of the actual things. We just hearsay back and forth between each other. And clearly she is trying to provoke Josh. Now, Josh is not completely absolved from this situation. All of this could have been resolved if he would have just shooed her away, right? Like, allowing her to be around you with the things that she's done in the past, like fake injuring herself, trying to find your treasure, all that stuff, taking videos of you while you're passed out, stuff like that, recording you without your knowledge. All of that should have been red flags to say, I'm not dealing with that. So I don't have a super definitive answer, and nobody really knows for certain one way or another. I just know that both these two are like hot coals being placed next to each other, and there's a firework right in the middle. It's like, yeah, something's prone to go off if you keep these two together, and I think both of them put themselves in a bad situation. But as we'll see with the coming clips, Jessica might have had a more nefarious approach to this interaction.
What have I done that your trolls haven't already done to you?
I haven't ever splashed alcohol on you. I was
trying to be cute with you.
And this is the crux of it all. It's like the most perplexing thing is that none of their arguments and none of their disputes are ever actual things, right? She's upset because she claims that she purchased a whole new outfit to get Joshy back, I guess, to try and flex, to try and schmooze him or whatever. And his foreplay is to splash her around with alcohol or something. I don't get that dynamic, buddy. I haven't read that part of the Kama Sutra yet, but I guess we'll get there someday. And it's just like, first the Tombstone movie, now the alcohol foreplay. It's just, this is not normal. This isn't Josh. I mean, I could even understand back in March when she got upset about him jorking it to the online streamer girls, right? I understand that dynamic. I would see why there would be a fight about that, but talking too much during a movie and spilling a glass of alcohol on somebody, I'm not so certain about that, Chief. And I also want to mention before I go further that another point of defense for Josh in this situation is that Jessica has basically, as we know, she's like blocked on most things that Josh has, and she has tried to get in connection with her or with him, and when she did, he didn't respond, and then multiple hours later she chose to release all this documentation online. So it's like, is this like a retaliation move? Like, what's her true motive? What is she trying to get out of this?
What? So you gotta shoot me?
No, to myself.
And here is my biggest gripe with it all, right? And unfortunately, I have to censor so much of this, and it sucks because YouTube just won't allow it. I can't say boom boom if you're picking up my drift of what he's going to do. He made that threat that he was going to do something to himself, and she thought he was going to do something to her. I know it's very vague. Hopefully you can pick up on context. Basically, Jessica is so keen on trying to make sure that, ooh, this is going to be a great clip. Here's Josh in the back having a mental breakdown. I'm gonna pick up my phone and make sure he's in clip, he's in the angle, and I'm looking at it. And she does it multiple times. And we'll even see here in a little bit that she gets quite jovial out of it. She is trying to document all this stuff, but I don't think it's not like an old school battered housewife type of thing, right? It's if she actually had a reason to try and press charges or something like that, I can understand that, but that's not her objective, right? I think she is literally trying to blackmail him, and that doesn't excuse Josh's behavior necessarily, right? But I also don't think it shines glowingly on Jessica if her objective is to document this so she can post it online and make him lose all of his followers or have everybody turn against him or something. You know, it's a minefield that we're wandering through.
Straight up tell you I don't understand something, I'm gonna ask questions. What do you mean have fun with my life when I'm literally trying to love you?
You're the one that blames me for everything, and I'm sick of it! About you, it's not all about me!
So this is the part I've been alluding to for a while, the hook, line, and sinker that really makes me think that Jessica is really trying to goad him to do something even more horrible so that she can be the victim in the scenario, right? Because the first clip, we see that she takes the phone and she puts like a pair of shorts or something over the top of it so Josh won't be able to tell when he walks by that the camera is recording, right? So clearly she is trying to be sneaky right off of the get-go. She's trying to get away, you know, trying to avoid him. And then she basically tries to goad him in a direction with her questions. Well, why are you trying to do this thing, Josh? Why are you heading this direction? Why are you saying this particular thing? She wants him to incriminate himself on camera for her. And obviously, this should go without an explanation. Josh is unaware that she's been streaming this whole time. And the last thing is, she smirks at the camera at the very end in the most recent clip, and that's probably what we're going to be focusing on in the picture. She smirks, she picks up the camera, she smirks at it, and she puts it back down. So like, this is like evil, dude. This is like extremely evil. And in the next clip, there's going to be air quote proof from Jessica of things that occurred. And I want to make this clear from the start, and all of this are allegations. We don't know exactly who did what happened where. We can only really go based off of pictures that Jessica's going to post, this stream, and what Josh has said, right? In my opinion, it made it seem like Josh did do something. Maybe he pushed her into a wall or something like that, right? But Jessica is clearly trying to get something out of him. And what I think that is to try and blackmail him so that she can remain inside of his trailer. That's my opinion. Or that he'll feel so bad that they'll get back into a relationship together. So this is all basically from Jessica's Facebook page. She's trying to show proof of things that happened. It looks like something got bashed into the door. Wouldn't surprise me if it was Josh's fist. All right, it wouldn't. And then he's sitting in a fetal position, probably passed out from alcohol. And we get some other things here. We get to see the absolute demolition that was taken to his phone, just absolutely obliterated, destroyed. And at the very end, I think this picture of her trying to show her neck is to try and show that Josh was trying to choke her or something like that. I don't know. The angle and the markings don't show very evident to me personally, but I don't know. I just want this information to be documented so that we can look at it and we can form our own opinions. You down below might think that I'm completely off base. Maybe there's something I'm missing, right? Maybe I'm just taking too much of Jessica's information at face value, and there's other information that I'm unaware of. However, Josh did choose to respond to this. He did choose to come out and explain his side of the story.
So Jessica Boyle, my ex-girlfriend, made a fake Facebook post telling everyone that I was going to off myself. I got too much life to live. I got to finish my new album. I got to finish my story. And when I get Dragon Cobra done, I'm going to hire a professional editor to edit the words and make them spelled correctly in phonics and all that good shit. And then I'll publish it.
So during this series of videos that Josh makes, he mostly focuses on him being streamed or recorded without his knowledge, and that she said that he was going to game end himself, right? Like, those are the things that he really focuses on. He doesn't really acknowledge any of the allegations that Jessica has posed against him in terms of getting hit or pushed or anything like that. So I don't really know where to take it from there. I do think, even though that this is a serious conversation, right, I do think it's interesting that Josh is planning on making, like, I don't know, a fictional story or maybe a biography about himself. I'd be curious that, God bless whatever person has to try and translate that chicken scratch that he's going to turn into become a book.
Honestly, Jessica Boyle, you need help. You're a bigger alcoholic than I am, and you need help. You need to get off the internet, slow down on your drinking, and seek some mental help. It'll do you wonders. Maybe get some head meds.
And this is the problem between both of them, is that they're so keen on giving advice to each other, yet they never make any effort to try and improve themselves, right? Like, Josh is an extreme alcoholic. Josh has mental problems. Josh has XYZ. He does nothing to try and improve it, right? And Jessica is the exact same way. That's why in the previous video I said that they're like perfect for each other, because they are just a foil of each other. They're a mirror image of each other. And a lot of people, obviously, because Josh is, I would say for the most part, has been taken advantage of by Jessica for the most part since they've been dating. But Josh has also sort of dug his grave at this point. Now, are these allegations real? We'll never really know, because to my knowledge, Jessica has no intention of actually taking it to the police and reporting him for actually doing anything. So they're just going to exist in the annals of history, and we're just going to sit there and be like, well, this may or may not happen, but I think it's worthwhile to document and have a discussion about. So I'd be curious what you guys think. Let me know down below. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.